going to be getting touchy with Apple in new ways this year. There is some news on something I never thought I'd see. A MacBook with a touchscreen is reportedly in the works, and we could poke at it in 2026. Now, it's a thing that in the past, Apple executives have said they were not interested in making. Now, you know what that means. It's time to cue the Steve Jobs clip from over 15 years ago.
It doesn't work. It's ergonomically terrible.
Well, he's not here anymore, and I guess someone at Apple figured out how it will not be ergonomically terrible. Now that is if the reporting at Bloomberg is accurate. This is going to be a wild year for Apple gadgets, and we're going to see a transformation of software interfaces. We are expecting to see a folding iPhone this year, and maybe also this year a HomePod with a screen, and now a touchscreen Mac. You just poke at all your tech. And I'll be honest, poking at a Mac does sound awkward. I mean, Microsoft lost me as a Windows girly when everything moved to touch, but the report does give me some hope that it won't be a disaster for macOS. We don't want the Mac to go through some ugly Windows 8 phase. Now that's a nightmare I repressed long ago. In just a few days, I'll be going to an Apple experience in New York City where Apple is expected to show off another product that could invoke tech's past. We could see colorful Apple laptops, along with a new iPhone and maybe new iPads. The big year of Apple upgrades starts right now. Let's talk about what has me excited. I'm Bridget Carey with your favorite weekly Apple show. This is One More Thing. The worlds of iPad and Mac are blurring again as a report from Bloomberg says touchscreen Macs are coming this fall, and they're going to have an animated dynamic island at the center top of the display where the camera goes, and it would replace the notch that frankly I never even think about. Touchscreen laptops are not a new thing. Obviously, there are Windows machines and Chromebooks, but Apple has not done this yet. Over the years, executives at Apple have publicly dismissed the idea. Apple co-founder Steve Jobs was dismissing it all the way back since 2010 at a Mac event.
We've done tons of user testing on this, and it turns out it doesn't work. Touch surfaces don't want to be vertical. It gives great demo, but after a short period of time, you start to fatigue, and after an extended period of time, your arm wants to fall off.
Apple always focused on better touchpads on the MacBook, and it gave the mouse multi-touch tricks instead. So if we're going to be touching the Mac screen now, maybe software designers figured out how to do it in a way that makes sense. Not so much to be the main way to interact with a computer, but rather to complement your normal point-and-click experience. Bloomberg reports that the way it's designed, if you touch something on the screen, it's going to bring up a new kind of menu around your finger for relevant touch commands. So maybe we can relax that we're not going to get some complete redesign to make the Mac all about touch, like an iPad. However, you might just get more use out of that polishing cloth if we're all getting more touchy on the Mac screen. Bloomberg said this is coming to the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro models sometime in the fall, giving these laptops the same OLED screens that you find on the iPhone. Years ago, Jobs would talk about how Apple takes what it learns from the iPhone and iPad to bring it back to the Mac. So, if done right, this could just be giving the Mac a useful upgrade that won't have your arm getting exhausted, just instead offering quicker selection options and making us think different on how we get work done. In the meantime, I am getting pretty hyped up for a brand new type of Apple experience that I'm going to be seeing next week. It's taking place on March 4th in New York City. I'll be going hands-on with what I'm assuming is new hardware, because reports and rumors have us expecting the new iPhone 17e, which would be the lowest cost iPhone 17 model in the lineup. And the upgrade from the 16e would have us seeing a better processor and a better front camera. Maybe it would also replace the black notch cutout with the dynamic island effects. There's also talk that we could see Apple Intelligence support come to the base model iPad, because it could be upgraded to the A18 chip, and maybe the iPad Air could also get an upgrade in its processor. But I am most excited about a revival to a base model MacBook that could start at $700 and come in fun color options. Let's look back at the invitation for this event. Could these colors in the logo be a clue to the colors that are coming to the MacBook? Yellows, greens, blues. One analyst a while back did say pink was going to be an option, but we're going to find out what this clue really means starting on Monday, it seems, with some news on Tuesday, and then March 4th is the fun time to get up close with all of the new products. Now, that means don't expect a traditional keynote and demo room type event. We're going to be covering it all for you as Apple releases the news. So please subscribe, and I can't wait to show you what's to come next week when we have another One More Thing. Thanks for watching.